I'm Amber Philpott in the Yum Center. Today it was just practice. Coming up, why so many UK fans say this is as close as they'll get to their cats.
Why a medical helicopter had to make an emergency landing at the UK Arboretum this afternoon.
And what police say they found hidden in a Mountain Dew bottle that now has a Southern Kentucky man facing charges.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Thanks for watching tonight. They are the favorites to win it all. Tomorrow, the top-ranked Kentucky Wildcats will begin their NCAA tournament run just a short drive away in Louisville.
Today, Coach John Calipari and the Cats talked about the game against Hampton, and fans got to see the team practice. Amber Philpott and Rob Bromley join us live for Louisville, and Amber, the excitement is building.
Absolutely it is, Jennifer, and behind us it has been nothing but a steady stream of blue coming out of the Yum Center. These fans came to see their Cats practice. Now they want to see their Cats play, Rob.
Well, they do. I've seen some crowds, though, for some open practices. I don't think I've ever seen as big a one as I saw today. All 8 teams here having open workouts today at the Yum Center, and the Cats finishing up about 10 minutes ago. And just take a look at what a crowd was on hand to watch the Kentucky Wildcats as they took the court here in the Yum Center.
We kind of use our size to advantage, but at the same time, we played guys who can stretch out to the three-point line a little bit or attack us from the perimeter, but we do a good job in practicing and preparing for those type of guys. So, Coach does a good job just preparing us for those type of situations.
You'll see flashes of it by Akari moving his feet very well. And you'll see that he's doing really, or us as bigs, we're doing really well guarding smaller guards and bigs.
All right, we will have the game right here tomorrow night at about 9:40 here on WKYT as Kentucky takes on Hampton, and we will preview the game with a 1-hour special tonight at 7 o'clock. Big Blue Road to Indy. That will be on the CW Lexington.
Well, you said it, this crowd is something else. I saw the pictures from inside, the video that we have, and they are coming out. And our Monique Blair, she was in there with all of those fans just to see the Cats practice. And for some of them, that's as close as they're going to get to their Cats. She has more.
The 40-minute practice wrapped up just a few minutes ago, and now the UK basketball team has only one thing to focus on: tomorrow night's game. Tonight's practice at the Yum Center in Louisville was open to the public, and by looking at all the full seats, you almost would have thought this was a real game. The players spent most of the practice shooting the ball around and giving the fans a show. UK fans came out here from all over the country today, including this woman who traveled from Indiana. She's been here since 3 o'clock this afternoon, and she says this practice is the closest she'll get to being at the NCAA tournament.
This is my granddaughter, Morgan. She wanted to go to a game for her birthday, so we couldn't get tickets for one, so we brought her to this. And this was my big thing for her. This was for her.
Now, even though the inside of the Louisville Yum Center is covered in red, I can tell you tonight it was a sea of blue. Coming up tonight at 11, I'll tell you how the fans think the players did at practice tonight. In Louisville, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. All this week we have been telling you how flooding from the Ohio River has closed some roads and parking lots around downtown Louisville. Well, today we noticed the water is receding some, but Louisville city leaders say they've now created a hashtag. It is LOU, Lou Parking, to show fans available parking in real time. So just search for that hashtag on Twitter. Louisville city leaders suggest fans coming to tomorrow's games to show up early so that you'll have plenty of time to find a parking spot. Also telling folks if you can ride together and carpool, do that as well. All right, special coming up. Looking forward to these Hampton Pirates.
Well, they're kind of a surprise. I think a lot of people expected Manhattan to win the game tonight, and the Cats will be going up against Steve Masiello, who played here at the University of Kentucky. That's not the case. It is Hampton. They face a big challenge.
Yep.
They're like a 300-to-1 underdog or something, but we're going to look ahead to it. We're going to have a lot of what was said today here at the Yum Center at 7 o'clock on the CW Lexington. Also talking with Vern Lundquist, who's going to be doing the game. Jim Spanarkel, who will be on with him.
All right, look forward to it. That is the story here. Some fans still trickling out. I mean, they let them out in waves, and they are still coming out, and it is all blue. But that is the story here in Louisville. Back to you.
Amber, it's like the parties moved from Nashville to Louisville. They just traded cities.
They just kept their bags packed and came on this way.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Amber and Rob, live in Louisville.
And for more coverage of the NCAA tournament and details on our Hoops Hysteria Bracket contest, just go to our website, WKYT.com.
A medical helicopter and its crew had to make an emergency landing at the UK Arboretum this afternoon. UK police say that Air Evac 109 had just taken off from UK Hospital when the pilot smelled smoke. He landed at the Arboretum as a precaution. No patients were on board. Investigators say the 3 crew members on board the helicopter were not injured. The pilot's now waiting for the helicopter to be checked out before the crew can return to their home base in Manchester.
What a difference from yesterday. It feels much colder outside, and it looks like you'll need to keep the umbrella handy tomorrow as well. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell has an early look at the forecast. Jim?
And all those clouds that we've been seeing out there today, they're just setting us up for tomorrow with that rain potential. Chilly showers for the day tomorrow. Outside right now, a lot of clouds. That's the only issue, and of course the chill in the air. But nothing falling from the sky at this moment. 46 degrees in Lexington, and we've been at 46 for a while now. You go down into eastern Kentucky, Jackson 48, and Richmond at 48 as well. So some folks are doing just a little bit better than us. Defender has been tracking little pieces of moisture here and there, a sprinkle or two, but most of the action is still well off to our southwest. But it will really increase during the overnight hours tonight and especially into the day tomorrow. Our 3-day threat track, Thursday and Friday, both days have elevated to the moderate category due to the fact that tomorrow morning we run into the possibility of a few early morning flakes. Then those chilly showers pretty much all day long. Now, you will get some gaps in there, but the presence of the moisture will certainly be around us. Friday, it will wrap up, but we still have those widespread rain chances. And as we look at your Saturday, it's nice. It's actually spring-like that day, as we will probably see highs back in the low 60s. That's the only taste of spring we have in the entire 7-day forecast, and I'll take a closer look at it coming up for you in just a few minutes.
It began as a routine traffic stop, but a man ended up in jail over what police say he tried to hide.
Police in London arrested Albert McFadden. They say an unusual-looking Mountain Dew bottle in McFadden's car caught their attention. New at 6, Jordan Valines tells us what police say was inside that bottle.
On Tuesday, London police pulled a car over for swerving along Highway 80 West. And after finding marijuana on the driver, the officers searched the car and came across a duffel bag with this Mountain Dew bottle inside. A bottle containing much more.
This is not something that you see every day.
Than what meets the eye.
It is something that could have been very easily overlooked.
When the officer took a second look,
it had a different look to it. The feel of the bottle wasn't what you would think it would be when you squeeze a bottle.
One of the first things that the officer noticed was the fact that the bottle is 2 different colors. As you can see here, the top of it looks like it's filled with water, while the bottom of it looks like it's filled with Mountain Dew. And that's what immediately prompted the officer to suspect that something about this bottle was different. Police say Albert McFadden stashed 13 baggies of crystal meth inside the secret compartment.
It'll be safe to say that this bottle's probably been passed over before, or other bottles like it has maybe been passed over before at a road check or traffic stop.
The lesson the police say they learned from this: looks can be deceiving.
When you see a Mountain Dew bottle or any kind of water bottle or container in a console, in a cup holder, officers will now know to look a little bit closer into that and see if it is what it appears to be.
In London, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Police charged McFadden with first-degree drug trafficking. He did not want to talk to us from jail today.
Tonight, we're tracking the investigation into a deadly crash in Montgomery County. The crash happened around 7:30 this morning on US 60 just outside Mount Sterling. The coroner says 58-year-old David Knox of Menifee County was killed. Police say Knox's car hit a van head-on. They say the person inside the van is expected to be okay. Police are still trying to figure out what caused the crash.
Tonight we have new details about a homicide investigation in Lexington. Investigators say that 20-year-old Vondre Smithers died yesterday after being found shot in the middle of Belafonte Drive. The Fayette County Coroner's Office now says an autopsy found Smithers died of a gunshot wound to the head. The autopsy also found Smithers had trauma to his chest area that could indicate he was hit by a car, but investigators say that did not play a role in his death. Police have not made any arrests so far in this case.
An update tonight on 4 UK football players accused of using BB guns on campus. Fayette District Court workers now tell us all 4 players have had their cases expunged from the record. Drew Barker, Dorian Baker, Tymir Dubose, and Stanley Williams have been cited for misdemeanor disorderly conduct. Investigators claimed last fall the 4 players were playing a game called Manhunt that caused a scare on campus.
For the first time in more than a decade, the spill gates at Wolf Creek Dam have been open. Recent snow melt and heavy rain have caused Lake Cumberland to be about 18 feet higher than normal. So the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers opened those gates to lower the lake. It's the first time since 2004 that the spill gates have been used. While the dam was being repaired for leaks, lake levels had been much lower than normal. Those levels were brought back up just last year.
The high water we see on the lake today is a result of the dam functioning like it's supposed to.
The spill gates are expected to close sometime tomorrow. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says the river below the dam will swell, but it will not flood.
It's a story of friendship that began thousands of miles away. How a Kentucky soldier is helping a cat he rescued in Kuwait next.